What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Growing Up Fish. I'm Jamal. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, and your support with this channel. Know that it is not going overlooked. I see you, and I love to respond to you all. We are trying to get to as many subscribers as we can at this point, right? We are almost to 500. That was our goal, but I see us even going further and getting to 1,000 subscribers. So if you've not subscribed, go ahead and consider doing so after this video or during this video, or we can wait and pause and you can, but you get my point, right? In this video, we're going to be talking about the 5 common mistakes that people make when they first set up their tank. And we begin with not cycling the tank properly. Now, one of the most critical but often overlooked steps in setting up a new aquarium is allowing enough time for the nitrogen cycle to establish before adding fish. Now, when an aquarium is first set up, it lacks the beneficial bacteria needed to process fish waste safely. And as fish produce waste, it releases ammonia into the water, which is highly toxic to them, even in small amounts. Now, in a fully cycled aquarium, beneficial bacteria build up over time and play a vital role in this biological process. The first type of bacteria converts ammonia into nitrite, another toxic compound. Then a second type of bacteria further converts nitrite into nitrate, which is far less harmful and can be tolerated by fish in moderate amounts. Now, regular water changes can then remove excess nitrates to maintain water quality. The process of cycling a tank takes time, usually about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on factors like water temperature and the methods used. Now, adding fish before the cycle is complete can lead to what's known as new tank syndrome, which ammonia and nitrite levels spike dangerously, putting fish under significant stress or even causing fatal poisoning. Now, many new aquariums unknowingly add fish too soon, eager to see their tank in action, only to face problems as fish become ill or die. For example, a beginner might notice cloudy water, which is often a sign of bacteria blooming and ammonia levels rising. They might then try to fix this by changing water frequently, not realizing that this disrupts the cycling process further, prolonging the toxic environment. Now, to cycle a tank safely, there are a few approaches. One is to do a fishless cycle, where small amounts of pure ammonia are added to simulate fish waste, encouraging bacteria to grow without risking any fish. Another method involves adding a few hardy starter fish that can withstand some of the initial ammonia and nitrite levels, but this requires frequent water testing and changes to keep those fish safe. Now, skipping the nitrogen cycle is a common mistake, but with some patience and the right methods, you can set up a tank that's safe, balanced, and ready for fish to thrive. Number 2, overstocking the tank. Now, new aquariums are often eager to create a vibrant, lively aquarium with a variety of fish, but overcrowding the tank can quickly lead to issues. Too many fish in your tank can result in poor water quality because the filtration system may not be able to keep up with the increased waste output. Overcrowding also leads to heightened stress among fish as they compete for territory, resources, and hiding spots. Now, this weakens their immune systems, making them more susceptible to diseases, which can then spread rapidly in a densely populated tank. Additionally, a crowded tank requires for more maintenance to manage water quality, as ammonia and nitrite levels can climb quickly. Now, overstocking a tank disrupts the delicate balance of the aquarium's ecosystem. For instance, a tank that might appear manageable at first could become increasingly difficult to maintain as the fish grow. The fish that are juvenile when first introduced may be small, but as they mature and reach adult size, they require significantly more space than initially anticipated. Now, some species like goldfish are notorious for growing larger than most people expect, quickly outgrowing the capacity of many home tanks. Now, the solution to this, and to prevent overcrowding, a good starting point is to follow the general rule of 1 inch of fish per gallon. However, this guideline is not absolute. Different fish species have unique space, diet, and water perimeter needs that influence how much room they actually require. For example, territorial species like Cichlids need extra space to avoid conflicts, while active swimmers like tetras prefer a room to school together. Similarly, bottom dwellers like catfish need space at the tank's base to avoid clashing with mid or top dwelling fish. Now, the best way to ensure compatibility and avoid overcrowding is to plan ahead. Research each species, adult size and temperament, making sure they'll have ample space to thrive. Consider future growth, tank hierarchy, and water parameter compatibility to build a healthy and balanced aquatic environment. Number 3, not researching fish compatibility. Now, one common mistake new aquarists make is assuming that all fish can cohabitate peacefully in the same tank. However, fish species often have vastly different requirements in terms of water parameter, temperature, pH levels, and even social behavior. Some fish are highly territorial, while others are peaceful and prefer to school together. Placing incompatible species in the same tank can lead to serious issues like aggression, elevated stress levels, and eventual health problems for the fish. For instance, a tank with both aggressive fish and peaceful fish can quickly become hostile, with the peaceful fish potentially becoming targets and feeling stressed by the constant threat of aggression. Similarly, mixing fish with different water parameter needs can result in some fish constantly being outside their preferred environments, which can weaken their immune systems and can lead to disease. Another common example is placing fin-nipping species like tiger bobs in the same tank with long-finned, slower-moving species like angelfish or bettas. The nippers may constantly bite at the long fins, causing injury and stress to the other fish. Additionally, certain species like African and South American cichlids have unique territorial behaviors and can become aggressive in confined spaces, especially when defending territory or competing for food. Now, the solution here would be to create a harmonious tank environment. It's essential to research the specific needs and temperaments of each fish species you plan to keep. Spend time learning about their ideal temperature ranges, pH preferences, and social environments. Avoid mixing fish with starkly different environmental needs, as well as pairing aggressive species with more peaceful, slower-moving fish. For example, it's best to avoid putting fin nippers like barbs with fish that have long fins, or placing territorial fish in confined spaces where they lack room to establish their own areas. Creating a compatible environment where each fish can thrive within its comfort zone will result in a healthier, less stressful aquarium for all its inhabitants. Number 4, choosing inadequate filtration. Now, many beginners overlook the importance of the filtration system in maintaining a healthy aquarium, often selecting filters that are too small or insufficient for their tank. The filter is critical for removing waste and toxins like ammonia and nitrites from the water, which build up from fish waste, leftover food, and plant debris. Now, when an undersized filter is used, it can't keep up with the tank's bioload, the total amount of waste produced, which varies based on tank size, the number of fish, and the needs for a specific species. As a result, water quality can quickly deteriorate, leading to dangerous spikes in ammonia and nitrites that put fish health at serious risk. Now, this is particularly problematic in tanks with larger or messier fish, like goldfish or cichlids, which generate more waste and require more robust filtration than smaller, cleaner fish. For example, someone with a 30-gallon tank may think a filter rated for 30 gallons per hour is enough, but in reality, it might struggle to maintain water quality, especially as fish grow or more are added. This can lead to cloudy water, foul smells, and an increased risk of illness among the fish due to toxin buildup. Now, to ensure water stays clean and safe, you want to choose a filter that can handle at least twice the volume of your tank's water per hour. For instance, a 20-gallon tank should ideally have a filter rated for at least 40 gallons per hour, while a 30-gallon tank would benefit from a filter rated for 60 gallons per hour. Additionally, opting for a multi-stage filter that provides mechanical, biological, and chemical filtration offers the best water quality. Mechanical filtration traps debris, Biological filtration supports beneficial bacteria to process waste, and chemical filtration helps remove toxins or impurities. For tanks with higher bioloads, like those with messy or larger fish, consider using dual filters or adding a secondary filter to manage waste before and maintain ideal water quality. A strong, well-matched filtration system will make the tank easier to maintain and provide a healthier environment for your fish. Number 5, overfeeding. Now, overfeeding is a common error, especially for new aquarists who assume that more food means healthier, happier fish. However, any uneaten food sinks to the bottom where it decomposes and releases ammonia into the water, a compound that can be extremely harmful to fish. Now, the excess nutrients also contributes to cloudy water and can cause algae blooms, making the tank look murky and creating an unhealthy environment. Over time, a tank with too much decomposing food can develop foul odors and encourage the growth of harmful bacteria, putting stress on the fish and their immune systems. Now, for example, a new aquarist might think that feeding fish multiple times throughout the day or providing large amounts is beneficial, especially when fish eagerly swim to the surface as they are hungry. However, most fish will instinctively beg, even if they're not actually hungry, which can mislead owners into overfeeding. A fish often requires much less food than it appears, and the extra waste from overfeeding can quickly lead to maintenance headaches as water quality suffers. Now, to avoid overfeeding, follow the rules of feeding only what fish can consume in 2 to 3 minutes, once or twice a day, depending on the species. Watching your fish while they eat will help you gauge the appropriate amount, as different species have different feeding behaviors and needs. And after feeding, remove any leftover food to prevent it from decomposing in the water. Now, sticking to a regular feeding routine not only reduces waste, but also helps create a balanced ecosystem with stable water quality, making tank maintenance easier and providing a healthier environment for your fish. Now, by keeping feeding controlled and precise, you minimize excess waste, maintain clear water, and support a stable, healthy aquarium for your aquatic pets. Avoiding common mistakes like this helps ensure your tank thrives, reducing the need for constant maintenance and allowing your fish to live in a cleaner, more balanced environment. Well, hopefully we're able to take something away from this video. If so, comment below. Let me know what you learned, or if you'd like to just say hello, I will do my best to try to say it back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers and beyond, and I know that you can help me get there. You've been watching another episode of Growing Up Fish.